Lined up in. And away they go for the 2009 Juddmonte International. Master Craftsman to the outside of the dark blue jacketed George Bernard Shaw. The white cap out wide is set sail, and the pacemakers go on 1 and 2. Johnny Murtagh sitting ahead of Mick Cannan. See the stars at the back of the field in these early stages. So Mick Cannan will have them all in his sights here on the odds-on favourite as they race down the back straight here at York. And it's George Bernard Shaw setting what looks to be a pretty generous pace over set sail in second place. 2.5 lengths back to Master Craftsman, who's up in distance today in third. And then the Guineas Derby and Eclipse winner, See the Stars, in the yellow jacket, Christopher Shaw's colours, at the back of the field, looking for this big four-timer as they race towards the far turn. And still George Bernard Shaw and Colm O'Donoghue leading over Shamie Heffernan on set sail. See the Stars, the 4-to-1 on favourite, about 7 lengths off the leader at the moment, but apparently travelling well, as you would hope, as they race towards the final 5 furlongs. They're on the turn in here, and See the Stars remains in last place in the hands of Mick Cannan. George Bernard Shaw and set sail, they've set the pace. Master Craftsman lays 2.5 lengths back in third. See the Stars is just on his heels. He's just watching Murtagh's every move here, Mick Cannan. Murtagh going for a gap between his pacemakers on Master Craftsman, who's going to take it up with about just under 3 furlongs left to travel. See the Stars comes through between them as well and is absolutely cantering. Murtagh gets to work. He says go on Master Craftsman. Can he shake off See the Stars? Mick Cannan begins to push away in second place on the Derby winner. There's a length and a half between them. They race down to the final furlong. Master Craftsman, See the Stars now challenging on the near side. The gap down to half a length. And neck, See the Stars beginning to get up on the near side. Oh, every inch a champion and a fabulous four-timer. See the Stars wins the Juddmonte International.
They're off, and Sariska has planted herself and has refused to leave the stalls. Sariska has refused to jump out and has been left in the stalls. The other 7 have come away to a pretty good line for the Derby Yorkshire Oaks, but no sign of Sariska coming out, and the rest have already gone. A furlong and a half drama as the stalls opened, and the front-running Bathsheba with ears pricked is a couple of lengths clear to Hibayet. Flying Cloud with a white cap close up against the fence. Then Midday tracking the leading trio. Snow Fairy towards the far side in the red and yellow jacket. Miesnar is next, and Eleanor Dews in the pale silks is last of the 7 that consented to race, but Sariska, who went into the stalls okay, flatly refused to come out, and the remaining 7 meander their way across the Knavesmire and down towards halfway in the Derby Yorkshire Oaks, led by the one-eyed mare Bathsheba, tracked by Flying Cloud towards the far side. Frankel in the all blue aboard Hibayet. Then a couple of lengths to Midday, pink cap for Tom Queally, tracked by the dual Oaks winner Snow Fairy. Miesnar, Kieran Fallon against the fence aboard the white-faced filly, and Eleanor Dews seeking to give Sir Michael Stout an unprecedented 10th. Yorkshire Oaks is just last under Olivier Pellier as they move down now to the halfway point. Bathsheba just upping the ante, strides a couple of lengths clear from Flying Cloud. 3 lengths to Hibayet, who chases the leading pair. Working back to Midday and Snow Fairy as they swing for home, and Bathsheba has set this race alight from some way out, passing the 5. She's 2 lengths clear, chased by Flying Cloud. Hibayet is bustled along in third. Bathsheba heading towards the near side with an advantage now of a little over 4 lengths from Flying Cloud. Away to the right, Midday's improving stylishly. Hibayet now rather more firmly driven along by Dettori. Snow Fairy red sleeves is asked to close. Miesnar and Eleanor Dews a little outpaced. Down to the final 3. Bathsheba being reeled back by Midday, who comes there absolutely cruising. Flying Cloud ridden along. Snow Fairy in behind, caught in a pocket, angling for a run. Queally takes a nonchalant look in behind as they pass the 2. He asks Midday to stretch. She quickens a couple of lengths clear. Snow Fairy goes off in pursuit. Eleanor Dews staying on from the rear with Miesnar. Midday down towards the last furlong, asked to lengthen. She stretches away from Snow Fairy, who's surely chasing a shadow. She begins to drift off a true line. Midday has a bit of a wander around, but she's not for catching, and Midday drawing away. It's a 4th Group 1. Midday wins the Derby Yorkshire Oaks for Colin Abdullah, Henry Cecil and Tom Queally, an 8th Group 1. They're off. And Frankel just missed half a beat, perhaps by design, restrained Queally the pink cap. They go through the first 100 yards of the 2012 Juddmonte International, and no surprise to see Bullet Train up there with Robin Hood in the dark jacket going up between horses, and Windsor Palace against the fence close up. And at the end of a furlong and a half, it's Shamey Heffernan and Robin Hood who move on to set the pace, chased by Windsor Palace with Bullet Train settling off them in third place. A truly run affair already. The leading trio have gone some 4 clear from St Nicholas Abbey. Then Fahar, Frankie in the all blue, the nose-banded Sri Putra against the running rail, tracked by Frankel under a waiting ride from Tom Queally, twice over the green cap, last year's winner last but one, and Planteur, now in the hands of William Buick, is racing at the tail. So freewheeling their way across the Knavesmire and down towards the final 3/4 of a mile, and Frankel has been put to sleep with just a couple behind him, as on the sharp end it's Windsor Palace who leads them into the turn and around towards halfway. He stretches 2 lengths clear, Robin Hood from Windsor Palace. They're followed through by Bullet Train. Then this 3-length break to St Nicholas Abbey. In behind them, Fahar, a Tory waiting back in 5th place, just ahead of Sri Putra, Frankel twice over, and finally Planteur. Into the straight they come, the pace setters still Robin Hood and Windsor Palace, crossing towards the near side down to the last half mile. Robin Hood, followed by Windsor Palace, both ridden along, trying to stay in front as long as they can. Frankel is drawn away towards the extreme left, tracking St Nicholas Abbey, who's under a patient ride from Joseph O'Brien. Down inside the 3 they come, and now the race develops. Frankel breezes up on the near side with Queally sitting motionless, and here he goes down to the final 2 into unknown territory. Fahar is taking his effort in the centre. St Nicholas Abbey a length and a half to make up, but Frankel, Queally shakes the reins. The response is immediate down to the last furlong, and Frankel bounds clear, and this is all over. Frankel scorching away this perfect mix of poetry and destruction, this glory of rhythm, power and majesty. The undisputed champion of the world, Frankel, wins the Juddmonte International, and it's 13 out of 13.
All 4 fillies all set, and away they go for the Darley Yorkshire Oaks, and Frankie was away to a flyer there on Enable, very quickly into stride, and she's going on by a length or 2 from her stable companion Lati Dar. And there's a couple of lengths, maybe a touch more, back to Magical, who races in 3rd place. And South Sea Pearl, whatever her role was meant to be, it isn't the one of a pacemaker, because she's last of the quartet now as they race over on the far side of the Knavesmire here. And Enable is going to make this a proper test, as she leads Lati Dar by a couple of lengths, going across towards and past the 9 furlong start there. Magical racing just a length and a bit behind Lati Dar in 3rd place for Ryan Moore. South Sea Pearl in the white cap, Shamey Heffernan, last of the quartet as the Darley Yorkshire Oaks field of 2019 make their way down then towards the final 7 furlongs of the race. And the 9-time Group 1 winner, Enable, striding out in front from Lati Dar, who's unbeaten in 2 starts here at the Knavesmire. Racing in 3rd then is Magical, Enable's old rival, and then 3 lengths back to South Sea Pearl, who's in 4th and last place. Going past the halfway point then, past the 6 furlong marker, and Frankie out in front here on board Enable as they race down the side of the course. Will Buick on Lati Dar racing in 2nd place, followed by Magical and Ryan Moore, who's just a length behind her, and then still looking on as they begin to turn into the home straight. It's South Sea Pearl. So straightening up for the judge here now, and it's Enable who leads them in here, going to the 4 furlong marker. Lati Dar in the pink jacket within about a length. Frankie just looking between his legs there to see what the others are doing. Magical's getting into contention on the inside, but this powerfully built mare Enable striding on with purpose, and already Lati Dar is off the bit. Magical on the inside then is trying to get a little bit closer, but Frankie seems to have things well under control here, approaching the final 2 furlongs. Now he's asking Enable to engage top gear to see off her old rival Magical. Coming under a bit of a drive here, Enable, but she's responding as she always does inside the final furlong and a half. Enable holding Magical, who seems to have no more to give yet again, and once more Enable will see off Magical and gain her 10th Group 1. 13 out of 14, the arc is next. Enable all the way winner of the Darley Yorkshire Oaks, Magical 2nd.
They're off for the Coolmore Nunthorpe. 10 sovereigns had to be stoked away from the stall. 2nd from the left, purple and white jacket.
as Ornate shows bright speed down the centre in the yellow silks to Soldier's Call. And then Copper Knight in the light blue, the white-faced El Astronaute, 10 sovereigns down the near side recovering. Battaash on the far side in the raw blue racing in touch, being followed by So Perfect with the white cap, then the grey Garrus on the extreme left, a rumble in the jungle. Mabs Cross in the red jacket, a switch second from the right. Extreme right now is Fairyland, and they've gone past halfway, and Battaash has swept to the frontier, storms into the lead now, passing the two. Soldier's Call is chasing, 10 sovereigns out in the centre, purple jacket, 3 lengths to make up, down to the last furlong. Battaash has cleared away, he's 3-4 lengths ahead with a wind at his heels. Battaash simply scorching the turf on the Knavesmire. It's going to be third time lucky as Battaash takes the Coolmore Nunthorpe in devastating style.
To leave the stalls, a real generation clash as well. Cameco just taken back as the stalls open. Ghaiyyath quick to find stride, and Rose of Kildare at the moment is in second place on the outside, and the pair of them do just stride on together, and they've already opened up a break of only about a couple of lengths over the rest of the field, quite as much as that angle suggests. In third place is Magical, Lord North is in fourth, and Cameco is in fifth. And Ghaiyyath now moving to the lead decisively, has a couple of lengths in hand over Rose of Kildare, who is in second place but is now a good 2 to 3 lengths behind the leader. Magical races in third, Lord North is fourth, and Cameco in the claret jacket is at the back, and would only be about 4 to 5 lengths off the pace-setting Ghaiyyath, who has the advantage as they make their way towards the 7 furlong pole. It's now 3 lengths or so over Rose of Kildare, who's joined on the inside by Magical. Lord North in the blue and white colours has been joined by Cameco as they make their way into the final 6 furlongs. So Ghaiyyath, this is where he just begins to try and extend, still being held onto by William Buick, pounding his way towards the final 5 furlongs with an advantage still of only 2 to 3 lengths from in second place Magical as they pass the 5. Rose of Kildare just nudged along, is in third place. Cameco again sticking to the rails in the claret jacket, and Lord North at the back of the 5 strong field. So they're making the turn, and it's Ghaiyyath who's going to come more towards the centre of the racecourse. Magical being kept over towards the far side. Ghaiyyath still travels strongly. Rose of Kildare is under pressure, and Ghaiyyath trying to slip them now. There's still 2 to 3 lengths clear, travelling in hand. Lord North moves through to dispute second with Magical. Cameco over on the far side. Ghaiyyath is just being pushed along for the first time, still has the advantage. Cameco over on the far side, however, he's beginning to close in second place. Then Magical, Lord North and Rose of Kildare. Ghaiyyath has a furlong and a half to last, still has the advantage. It's still a good 2 lengths over Cameco, who's having a battle with Magical. This is where Ghaiyyath is forced to tough it out, but he's still not coming back to them. Edging over to the near side, Magical in second, Cameco, then Lord North. Ghaiyyath, he's beaten Stradivarius this year and Enable, and now he's won the International, beating Magical, Lord North and Cameco.